Hello Rockstars, how's everyone going? So we are looking at KvK1 action today. Cappy, hey sup Ladus, hey man, how are you going? Thanks for dropping by. We're going down memory lane. Well, for me memory lane, for some of you guys this is brand new current action. I'm saying memory lane because KvK, the last time I did KvK1 is a long time ago. Now, let me tell you about the KvK a little bit first. I think the best way to do that would be to go in the city and introduce the kingdoms that are in this KvK. So let's go into honor roll and let's go into kingdom, and these are the kingdoms in question. So we got 2577 to 2584. And how the diplo kind of went is it's odds versus evens. So you got 84, 82, 80 and 78 allied, which are the mid kingdoms, and then you got 81, 79, 77, 83, which are the the previous ones were the even kingdoms and these are the odd kingdoms. So 81, 83, 77, 79, they are allied. So let's have a look at the map. So if we zoom out, let's look at the positions and then we'll kind of start looking at the action. So we got on the top left, that's 77. So it's the corner kingdoms that are allied. So 77 is allied with 79, and then in the corner again 81, and then on this side we got 83, and then the middle kingdoms are allied. Now let's have a look at the what's it called. No, I don't want to join an alliance now during stream because there's, oh my god, so many markers that I'm gonna get into trouble. And all the markers are in English and they're very detailed. I mean, you can understand KvK1, you kind of need detailed markers. So we'll go into honor roll again. So odds versus even, how does it look like? So all the even kingdoms, 3 even kingdoms in top 3, and we are 4th. I'm in the odd kingdom of 81, and it's an odd one out because out of the top 4 or top 5 you should rather say, because if you look at it, it's somewhere around the 2 million honor points. So activity wise, if you can kind of draw a line between the top 3, I mean top 5 and bottom 3, and it definitely looks like the top 5 is dominated by the even kingdom. So just from an activity point of view, it does look like we are kind of behind, as in the odd kingdoms. So it's in favor of the even kingdoms. But then let's talk a little bit about the strategy. So just from the looks of it, let's see which way who is going. Now I tried to schedule the stream a little bit earlier, and then I realized it's KvK1 and the action wouldn't like really start, and it hasn't even started properly yet, I would say. So the corner kingdoms, the odd ones, has decided to kind of isolate 2 of the middle ones. So 77 and 79 both seems to be going towards 78. So what they hope to achieve is kind of block in 78, because in KvK1 if you get kind of boxed in, you can't go to the next zone. So 77 hasn't gone downwards at all. They even haven't taken the pass. They just took this pass and they're going towards 78, and the same thing kind of goes for 79. So 79 hasn't even taken that pass. They're not going down, they are just going left towards 78. So that's how it kind of stands at the top. Exactly the same story at the bottom as well. So you will notice that 83 hasn't gone up at all, haven't even taken the pass, and they're trying to go right and trying to see whether they can kind of box in 82, and that's the same that we are doing here on 81. So we are kind of trying to go left towards 81 and haven't even taken the top pass. Now I normally play in FM, 81 FM, but then 81 FM has so many markers here that, oh my god, I mean, actually I could probably even log in and play through FM, because out of all those markers you're definitely gonna get lost. Now the Sandy, hey, how are you going? Sandy, you didn't tell me about your KvK2 location or the timing yet, so drop it in our Discord so that we can try to cover it. If there's good action, definitely we'll look at it, because we are looking at KvK1. Why miss out on KvK2? Now what's happening here? So, but then, as much as I talked about boxed in, the same thing can kind of happen with the odd kingdoms as well, right? So the even ones, say for example 80, can try in and box in 81 or pre-KvK Sandy. Yeah, no problem. Let me know when the time comes. A day's notice will be great. And then on the left hand side you got 82, and at the top you got 80, so both of them can kind of try to box in 81 as well. So it's about who can box whom in. Now let's have a look at the action. So the flags are not touching yet. It will take a bit of time. We can see people ported in, but I don't think that's where the action is taking place. By the way, I joined one of the support alliances, and this is where I kind of can't fight, but then at the same time I'm not going to reveal markers and stuff. So in a way we are kind of spectating it, but then the good thing is I'm going to have access to Kingdom Chat, and the good thing with Kingdom Chat is I can see what's happening. I mean, Lost Kingdom Chat. If there's like an imprison or something, I can kind of have a look. Now, ooh, do we have a city under attack? What's happening with this? I think the city has been hit already. Has it? Let's kind of see what's happening here. So this city ported in, not on Alliance territory. It's Drunken Dan, or Drunk Dan? Drunk Dan. So what's happening with Drunk Dan? Is that an attack? No, he's getting a lot of resources, but you only get resources when you get hit, or like all of your 5 marches die if you're in early, right? Now this is a 16 mil city, so we're not gonna pay too much attention to it. So we are trying to put a fort down. Are we being challenged about the fort? Yes, we are. So there's a lot of 82 players around. Now let's look at the marches. Let's see how good the marches are. So you got Charles, you got Richard, Sansu, all really good marches. Belisari is a really bad march unless you're trying to kill farms. Like this is like probably the worst march you can take out unless you're trying to kill marches. I mean farms. Richard, Mina, Richard, Sansu, Charles, yep, everyone using very good marches. Infantry is very tanky early on, so that definitely helps. Bjorn, now when I was playing KvK1 we didn't have Bjorn, so it's good to see. Sandy, not sure who we will fight. Once it's confirmed I'll drop in Discord. Yep, sounds good. Ethelflaed, very important commander early on as well, but then during KvK1 you probably can't get a max, right? Like you wouldn't get enough. So 82 is in kind of good control. Julius Caesar. Now if that Julius is at least 5-5, then for KvK1 that does make sense. And we got the useless march of Belisarius again. And Pelagius is pretty good. No problem with Pelagius at all. So we got few bubble cities that ported in to build the fort. Let's say wall till it'll be done. Satish Kumar, hello bro. Fighting KvK1 bro. Yeah, I mean I'm not really fighting. I mean because of the markers I went into a support alliance, so that alliance is not really fighting right now. So after the stream, when flags are touching, then I'll probably start fighting, but at the moment I mean it's not like I can make a big difference, right? With the troops that I mean everyone is kind of low power anyway, so almost 7 million power, not that bad. So yes, that's no excuse for not fighting, but then during stream I kind of can't, and that's what the king said, so I'm not gonna break that rule. Okay, so there's a lot more 82 present. So 82 is going to surround that CF. Now, other than the CF, is 82 kind of blocking us in terms of the flags as well? No, so the flags are not touching. There isn't much happening as far as the flag goes. Now, earlier there was something here. Okay, so there's a lot of fighting here before, but then now it looks like it kind of settled down. So we'll check out this one. Are we being challenged or anything here? No, not really. So at the moment, all that's happening here is flags coming up. Flags will take a long time to touch, but then it's the CFs, and that's where the fighting is gonna be. And yeah, we're not really pushing there. So at the moment, what does it look like? If I had to make an honest opinion, I would say that fort was a little too ambitious, and I don't think, I mean they're gonna connect to it pretty soon, and it's not like we can teleport a lot of city, but then taking down a fort is hard as well. So I mean, yeah, it's hard to kind of call what's happening exactly here. Okay, now on the other side there's no action because 83, I mean not 83, yeah, 83 came out, but then 82 is not going towards that side. Now on the top there's not going to be any action either because we are not going that way. No action in this zone as well. Villa has no action. So Saqqara is where we can maybe have a bit more action. So let's have a look. So what kingdom was that again? That's 79 and 78. Okay, so let's check the flags. Are the flags under pressure? Like if sometimes, so see 70, well, you're not gonna really pressure with Belisarius, but okay. So 78 has come in towards the flags a little bit in very little numbers, like they probably shouldn't have, like if those are the numbers we're talking about. And then these flags are probably not getting challenged either, are they? No, they're not getting challenged. Okay, what about the 78 fort? How's the action on the 78 fort? Okay, not much action there. So it's just the fort coming up. Okay, just the fort coming up is not much action. What about this side? So on this side 78 is not going out at all, and 77 is going out, but there's gonna be nothing. New infantry coming, please upload test reports. Okay, yeah, I mean when they come out, CPU is going to be easy because it's wheel, so we'll get it on the first day. But then in terms of the other one, we gotta wait till the MGE finishes, and then if we do manage to get heads, then unlock, then we will definitely test it out. But then I won't be able to max it straight away, so I'll wait for, I guess, getting reports from people who can max on the first day. But then most of the people that I know won't be maxing on the first day because they're not really on KvK, but yeah, definitely. Okay, and then so basically no action in Havana either because only one of the KDs went out. What about on this side? So the odd KD of 77 is going right, they're not coming down. So 84 going up, there's not going to be any action here. Now 84 going down, there's not going to be any action here. So the only possibilities of action, so there's only two zones where you're welcome, Satish. So there's only two possibilities, only two zones where there could be action. One is Ukori, so 81 versus 82, and then the other possibility is here, 78 versus 79. Now 78 versus 79, there's literally no action at the moment. They're building the fort and they're just waiting for the fort to be built. Probably should have scheduled this much later in the night because nothing's happening. We'll just have a look at it down bottom as well and see how it's kind of going. If there isn't much of an action, then we may kind of call it a day and see if there's anything else that we can do. Okay, so there's some action here, not much though. So we got 80. Ooh, there is action. I just didn't look at the right place. So there's king buff on 81, and then 82 is kind of pushing in. Now all I see is Sansu, Charles and Richard, which is great. They are the best marches. I see some Minamotos as well. Minamoto is pretty good as well. Pelagia's not bad. Bjorn, definitely not bad. KvK, pretty bad as a primary. What else do we see? Whose marches are going back? So we get sad face. So there's like quite a few sad faces going towards the right, which is 81. There's one or two sad faces going towards the left as well. Now there's an Ethelflaed, which is good as well. But then I saw this guy is a whale. This guy is using, well, almost a whale. So this guy is actually using, the reason why I said that is because he's using a Barca. Barca is not there though, but he's using a Barca. Useless, and useless dies and going back. Let's see which are the marches that are getting targeted. So whichever march is going back with a sad face are the ones targeted. So Richard kind of going back, that's kind of awkward. Richard doesn't usually go back. Pelagius is not that tanky, I guess, because Pelagius can go back. Ethelflaed gets targeted often. So as much as Ethelflaed is a really good march, maybe using Ethelflaed as a secondary may be a better option, but then it's hard to make marches, so you kind of have to use Ethelflaed primary, even though it gets targeted more often. Minamoto will obviously get targeted, Bjorn will get targeted as well, and then we see a Babers. Babers is really good, like way better than Belisarius, but then it's a funny Babers because Babers has a Charles in the back. I think I saw a Charles kill pop up. Did I? Yes, there's a Charles. I mean, Babers and Pelagius is probably a decent march. Babers and KvK is a decent march as well. So who is winning this? Kind of feel like 82 has... 82 is just... Oh, look at that Richard tanking. Oh my god. Richard and Charles surrounded and tanking. Now that Richard and Charles, if it was Season of Conquest, then that's a dead march like 5 minutes ago. But then in KvK 1 and 2, there aren't enough marches that kind of reduce the healing. Oh, there's a brave march. I see a Boudica there. A Boudica behind a Pelagius kind of works. Boudica behind a Babers kind of works as well. But Boudica primary is gonna get targeted. Now that Richard, as much as that Richard is dying. Okay, by the way, Odin. Okay, so this is a whale guy, 78 million power in KvK 1. So obviously he got pretty good equipment on this as well. Yeah, I can't see the equipment, but I know him, so I know that he's gonna have some good equipment. So Odin managed to port somewhere here, did he? Yeah, he probably did, but that's like really far. Okay, so we got two Belisarius fighting. So Belisarius is just fast, it doesn't have any damage. It got some sort of a debuff, but not really. Hey, we got a CPO on the field, but this is the old CPO, so as a primary, he's probably not the best. I did use CPO quite a bit in KvK 1. Actually, I did CPO and Boudica, probably not the best. I mean, if you put CPO behind Charles, maybe that makes, I mean not Charles, behind Sansu, maybe that kind of makes sense. If you're trying to make 3 infantry marches, CPO can probably go behind the Sansu and make it a little tanky. But then as a primary, probably not the best. Not the worst though, much better than the Belisarius. Now it doesn't look like either of the KDs kind of showed up with a lot of matches. This is a pretty odd time for the most of the world, though. Like, not the worst for me because I'm in Sydney, which is kind of early time zone, but then it's pretty bad for most of the world, I would say. Is that where all the fighting was? I think that's where all the fighting was. This is the Minamoto KvK, very good match, hit some and then see who is getting targeted. No, obviously the Sansu and Richard is not getting targeted, but the CPU did get targeted, saying that CPU is kind of tanky, but if you have a Boudica in the back, then it kind of doesn't do much. Okay. Do you guys even know who this guy is? This guy is called Ragnar. He never come out in the field. He always stays in the city. Now this is definitely not a high level Ragnar because we are looking at a 6 million power player. So this Ragnar is probably kind of low level. So bringing him out probably not the best of ideas. And is March speed a little slower on KvK1, or is it just the commanders, or do we get a March speed boost in season? Oh, we do, because of Crystal Tech. Because I was gonna say, why are the marches walking so slow? Yes, Crystal Tech gives you a little bit of a march speed. That's why it does feel like your marches are walking a little bit faster. So I think let's have an estimate. So how long is it gonna take them to connect to that? Well, they're going pretty fast. Do they have the skill? I kind of don't know. Maybe they should have used up that skill already, right? The flag building speed. So it'll probably take a bit of time before they can connect. After they connect, does it go down? It probably does if it's not supported. I think it will go down. But then we are coming up with flags. The flags are coming up pretty fast. And will we connect? How long do you think it's gonna take to connect? I don't know. By the way, KvK1, do you guys remember the ruins? How it's like open, no gates, so it's not like you do, I think you do earn honor with just one march, but you can have 5 marches. So ruins fights for KvK1 is gonna go kind of crazy, right? Everyone can bring 5 marches and kind of try to take control, so this is gonna be exciting. But then before that happens, I think one of the kingdoms will kind of take control. That's usually what happens. So they're fort blocking us on this side. And what's happening up top? Please, someone be fighting. We let the pass open and stay like that for like what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, and then we logged in, then we scheduled the stream. 2 hours into pass opening, there should be more fighting. I mean, I got an excuse. My king said don't don't fight and stream. So that's my excuse for not fighting. What is your excuse for not fighting? Don't say this is the odd time because this is your first KvK. You should have been excited for what, like 90 days? No, not 90 days. Nowadays it's like 60 days. Actually, I should check. How long does it take for you to be in KvK? How long does it take? 92 days. Oh yeah. So the first fight, I mean, KvK starts a little earlier, but the first fight you get about 90 days into it. Now, you know what I'm missing from this action? I'm missing YSG. I thought there would be more YSGs, right? Now let's have a look and let's see if we know when YSG is coming. Because even as a complete free-to-play, I did manage to have 76,000 gems, and all of that is saved for YSG. Now let's look at MGE and see if YSG is next. Well, not MGE, I mean wheel. Yes, so LCD is in MGE, which means YSG will be in the next wheel. So we will see YSG action this KvK. Now LCD, I don't think LCD is, I mean, KvK1, if you max him, he's alright, but then otherwise, not really. So how many flags? Oh my god, this is boring. How many flags do we need? How long this is gonna take? 1 hour? And what about here? Is there, well, some of us are going up and trying to fight. Are they gonna come down faster? Like at this stage, I don't care. That's 25 seconds. Okay, So that's not bad. So how many flags is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the time we'll have this one done, I guess. This is 1 hour because not a lot of people has joined yet. Okay, so we're gonna have action. I should have streamed this like an hour later, maybe 2 hours, 2 more hours later. And this is pretty well guarded. So the guy's playing through KvK 1. How are you enjoying it? We got like a few people on chat, so if anyone going through KvK 1 or anyone of any memories from KvK 1, I remember I was 10 million power in KvK 1. I migrated forward. Back then you could, so I was in a 60-day-old KD and I went to a 90-day-old KD just so that I can do KvK, because KvK was a new thing. It just came out, and I saw on Legend Ronnie's stream as in he's fighting with Dragothian in the same KD, 16 I think, 10, 16, right? That's where they were, I think. And then I was like, I want a piece of that action, so I went in and I did some fighting. But then yeah, I used like Osman and Scipio, those type of marches, so didn't kind of achieve a lot. And I was kind of sad after that because previously you didn't get any troops back. Speaking of troops back, you do get quite a lot of troops back now. Let me have a look. Where is it? Relentless Warrior or something. Yeah, so you do get 30% of your troops back, and you can get a bit more by buying like a new scroll. So when we, up until recently, only Season of Conquest used to get troops back. So I think it came out like 6 months ago or 5 months ago, something like that, where KvK 1 and 2 you do still get, even as a complete free to play, you'll get 30% of your troops back. And that's a good thing, right? Because otherwise after KvK 1, if you did quite a bit of fighting, you wouldn't have troops to do barbs, right? And that's not exciting. That kind of takes out the fun of fighting. So if someone's not going out and fighting somewhere, then it's getting depressing. So guys, how about this? How about we are not gonna schedule the next stream for this, but then I will keep an eye, and then as long as I see kind of fighting happening anywhere, not like a little bit of a fight, but like proper fights. Okay, this is not bad actually, so we can look at this a bit, and then when we have nothing to look at, we can kind of stop, and then we wait for the flags to touch. When rally and garrison starts, then we come back again. So I'll randomly just come back. I can't really schedule it because I don't know when people will wake up and start fighting. Now, which way is this going? Like, do you see how this is kind of being pushed back towards the right hand side? So 82 is pushing back a little bit better, I would have to say. So we got kind of dead marches, not dead marches, low marches walking back. That's a good idea. Like, you don't want your march to die, because if your march dies, then you get a much bigger hospital bill. It's kind of not pro rata. So as soon as you see your march is kind of low, not even that low, a little less low, like I don't know, like that Sansu. So when the bar comes down like around that mark, then you kind of start walking back. Carrot, you're a smart guy, well done. Now don't think that by staying there you're gonna make a big difference, because it's not like it's a flag that you're holding or something. It's a pointless open field fight. So walking back out of this is not a bad idea at all if you're low. Now based on the numbers, 82 has a lot more presence. I mean, both sides has small presence, but 82 has a lot more presence. So I think 81 should kind of gather around here, which is what they're doing. I kind of hope that there's a marker here saying ball here, and I can see some of those guys having the king skill from the last one. So if people ball up here, which is what I hope they're doing, then they can maybe get a buff again and start fighting again. Now these marches, They're kind of strong matches. Okay, so you know how I said Belisarius is kind of useless? So this is one of those rare situations where he's not as useless. So what he can do is kind of run around here and kind of try to kill those marches, the ones that are going back. So if you're using Belisarius for that purpose, that's not the worst thing. Now this Belisarius, there's a good chance he is going to walk home fine. Now what they need to do is take the resource nodes, which is what they were doing before, so that Belisarius can't get the boost in speed when he leaves a structure, which he's doing now. So we kind of did that blocking thing a little bit here before, but not as good as we should have. So he's kind of gonna leave soon. And as we say that, 82 is kind of coming down. What are people using behind the Ethelflaed? So Ethelflaed Joan, that's very smart. What does this Ethelflaed have? Charles, not bad. Monty, Ladus, our KD is 130 years old from KD 2527, and I have 40k gems. I'm VIP 8. Should I spend it on VIP or Alexander? VIP 8. If you're VIP 8, then you should unlock Alexander and use the rest of the... Wait, Alexander 130 days. Yeah, oh actually yeah, that's when Alexander comes out. You're right. So yes, so just get the unlock on Alexander, because you don't want to not have Alexander at all, and then maybe get towards VIP. I would probably say that during More Than Gems, try to get VIP 10. VIP 12 is actually a sweet spot as well. So for a while you kind of need to get your VIP up. It also depends on the alliance you're in. So say for example I'm VIP 9 and this is VIP 9 without buying anything at all, and this is only 90-day-old kingdom, right? But I'll show you, like I didn't even spend $1, because as soon as you spend $1 you get the Minamoto, I think. But anyway, so nothing spent, and I'm VIP 9. I haven't put anything on VIP. How that happened? Because I was kind of in a spendy alliance. So if you find yourself in a spendy alliance, you'll get VIP from there. So maybe you just do 10 and then, as in still put gems until you get 10. You start getting 1 gold head a day, and then maybe your alliance chest gives you VIP. But then if you're not in a spendy alliance, then you kind of have to keep spending gems on VIP until you're VIP 12, and when the wheels come, you kind of just get an unlock for whichever new commander comes out. Now Alexander is really good though, so you kind of want Alexander, so at least an unlock. I'll get Alexander 10 out of 10, and then the rest I'll spend on spend the other gems. Yeah, the rest of the gems you can spend on VIP during More Than Gems, so that for spending that you get free gold heads. So don't spend now, wait till More Than Gems is there, but get the unlock. Yes. Now I kind of want to see the size of these marches, right? So one of the problems that people face early game, so this guy is a 74 million power guy, so he's obviously got a full march. So it's good to see the whales kind of pushing in. And what I was trying to say is I just wanted to see the size of the marches, because in most cases people don't have, the problem they have is with stars and XP, and the commanders are like level 50, not 60. In my case they're actually 40, because I got stuck at 40 in this account. But I just scouted one march randomly just so that I can get a feel of how they're leveling up their commanders, right? So let's scout Habib as well. I don't have the gold that I'm kind of spending, but then this is just for curiosity, just do it once. Okay, so this is where the fighting was taking place earlier. So is this kind of like a good spot where you can hold them? Yeah, maybe, but then this is where the AoE commanders kind of become useful. So if you're kind of holding the pass, if you have AoE commanders, then it's damaging all the marches that are trying to come in. Passes actually play quite an important role when it comes to KvK, but then that's more to do with flags and stuff, like as in if you have a flag on this side or the other side, trying to go and take that flag down is quite difficult. Rivers and passes, that's when it's important. In terms of holding the marches, not as important, I would say though, but then it is kind of fun for a whale. So if a whale can kind of port, if a 82 whale ports here or a 81 whale ports here, then they're gonna get a lot of kills because people has to cross the pass and they can kind of get free kills out of it. So 82 pushing us back big time. How was 82? Monty, okay bro. Yeah, hey man, no problem. Happy to have a chat. Now where was 82 in honor roll? Because activity KvK1, I mean for KvK Season of Conquest, the honor roll kind of doesn't mean anything because a lot of people doesn't want to push honor because they're kind of over it for playing a long time. But then for early KvKs, honor roll is a good indication of activity, and then activity is what wins you KvKs, right? So where is 82? So 82 is second. Now are we too far behind 81? Not really, it's a little far behind. So I'm probably gonna assume that is the time zone thing, why there's a discrepancy in activity. But then again, look at the event kingdoms, they are quite active. So this is kind of their KvK to win, unless they kind of mess up their strategy. So far no one has messed up anything, everyone's kind of playing, you know, how they should. The only thing is some of the KDs are more active than the others. So beyond 100, 24, so that's not maxed, right? That's not even, that's like CH 21, 22, I want to say. So Beyond is maxed, 5 stars. Okay, so the Beyond is level 60 probably, but then the CH level is probably not high. Mehmet, first skill is at 4, but then he probably skill locked, which is great, so he should probably get the first 2 naturally, not using gold heads, which is what I did, and that wasn't a smart thing, so he's playing smarter, which is great. Let's look at Habib. What does he have? Richard, 6 stars. Okay, so this Richard is 60. Now 5-5, that's a very good Richard. He probably shouldn't spend any more on the Richard and just let the Richard be there, because after KvK 1 and 2 you don't really use Richard as much. So this is probably CH 24, 25, I would say. 6 stars means he can get to 60. I just can't tell it from the scout report. Now that was a full health Sun Tzu, but it's only 94,000, so that's like CH 20, 21, or he just did like 5 marches. But you know what though, if you can make 3 full marches, that's a lot better than fighting with 5 half marches. And I'm not talking about maxed commanders, maxed troops. So the size of the march matters a little bit more than the number of marches in a way. Okay, so this is good from an 81 point of view. 81 kind of starting to push back, and that Beyond kind of got caught out. Is Charles more good in KvK2 than Richard? Yes, so Charles is definitely a better commander compared to Richard, and Charles you can use even in Season of Conquest. A lot of people use Charles and Pakal, and that's a very good march. In KvK2 you use Charles and Alex. You can pretty much use anything with Charles. You put Charles as primary and the skill damaging commander as secondary, and Charles buffed that skill, so that's very good. Solo, is this KvK1? Yes, solo man, we are looking at KvK1. So this is my jumper project. This is where I have an account. As you can see, I see these marches as orange. I'm not kind of part of the fighting group because apparently I'm going to disclose markers, and there's a not apparently there's a lot of markers here, so that's why I'm kind of not in the action but kind of looking at it. Nail, I miss KvK1. Yeah, I miss KvK1 too. Funny thing, I did KvK1, I want to say twice. Yes, I did twice. I kind of didn't do the third time. previously you could do KvK1 as many times. So I did KvK1 the first time. I got the city skin. The Twilight Falls cost me like 750,000 gems because I was buying AP with gems. So I did KvK1, got the skin, and then I went to do KvK1 again because I didn't win the first time and I wanted to have that avatar frame. Yes, seriously, I went back to do KvK1 for an avatar frame. Well, back then I didn't even know there was going to be KvK2 and the migration system was different. So yeah. Ladus, where is your daughter? Is she sleeping? No, daughter's doing, I don't know what she's doing. She woke up, she's doing something with her brother. I think she's taking care of the brother. The brother is only 1 year old, so M kind of helps out quite a bit with the brother. Okay, so 82 going back, 82 disengaged, and 81 is kind of there. So 81 not really chasing. I mean, they're chasing the almost dead march, which they should, but they're not really pushing any further. In terms of the flags, any progress? How long? 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, there's some 82 standing here, and that's not a farming march, I'm sure. That's just march is standing there, Lucifer. And then how is their flag coming down? Okay, so there's gonna be action pretty soon. There's gonna be an action here, and as far as the fort goes, I think it's kind of goodbye time for the fort. Oh no, it's not. I have been missing out on the action. There's quite a bit of action happening here. So 81 has managed to come down here and have a bit more of a presence around the fort, and a 14 million power player unbubbled. He is at risk of getting imprisoned. Actually, smarter, you should stay bubbled. You're not really high power. Now we have managed to put, 81 has managed to kind of push back 82. Now this flag has 14 minutes left, so when this flag is done, there's just one more flag, and then this is going to be rallied. I think we want to see that rally and how that kind of goes. Is this full? Can I check? I can scout. Okay, let's have a look and see how that goes. Now whilst that's going on, oh well, 82 is going to defend the flag. I mean, they kind of, we can't, 81 can't hit the flag, so there's no point defending, but they're making a stance here. They're gonna ball up. Now what should 81 do? If possible, if they have the numbers, 81 now, rather than kind of being here, well, they should ball up here and then stop that flag. I mean, they can't really stop that flag, but they can delay the flag by pushing 82 hard. So every 41 should, 81 should kind of come here. Will you will migrate for KvK2 with your main? Nah, Nail, I mean, I did migrate couple times for KvK2 and that was such a big mistake. I kind of wish I never did. So I'm gonna stay in Season of Conquest, because otherwise you really fall back on commanders. As in, if you go KvK2, do KvK2, by the time you come back to KvK Season of Conquest again, then you don't have the commanders, which is what's happening with me. There's quite a few important commanders that I don't have. Now, other than the 81, 82 action, we'll come back and check that in a sec again. Other than that action, what's happening up top? That's the only other area there's a possibility of fighting. Nail. Yeah. It's not a good idea going back anymore. Well, it never was, I just didn't know before. I mean, one of the reasons why I kind of did that was Crystal Tech. I can't help spending on Crystal Tech when there's Crystal Tech. So I thought if I go into a KvK where there's no crystal tech, then it'll be better for me, but then like it wasn't, I guess. And nowadays they're restricting how many accounts can migrate into a new KD. I mean, not new KD in KvK2, so there's going to be quite a few restrictions. You apply and you're in the wait list, whatever. So what Lilith is doing is good as well. And even for the players that are in KvK2 or KvK3, I mean, they're better off than having players come in with much higher power. Like, I don't know why that even existed. Migration should have always been just going within the same type of KvKs, as in KvK2 to KvK2, KvK3 to KvK3, not forward or behind. Nail Zibani, thank you for your sub, man. Much appreciated. KvK3 is boring. Yeah, KvK3 is definitely boring. KvK3, like you're pretty much playing with the KvK2 commanders, right? Pretty much. I mean, the only exception is what's his name? Wu Zichan, right? Other than Wu, it's exactly the same, I think. Okay, so people are getting poised for action here. It's random side action. Minamoto versus Minamoto. Loki versus counter attack. Now counter attack is winning. Minamoto doesn't have a lot of counter attack, but then Minamoto counter attacks. Minamoto is doing a lot of attack. Now there's some support coming in. No, the support is from 82, so it's Loki who should probably try to run away now. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're just getting a hospital bill for no reason. Just walk away. Yes, smart guy Loki, walking away. And refresh and come back. Ball up with your mates. And that ball, like, you know how I was saying that we should kind of try to stop that flag or delay, well, not stop but delay, but the reality is we don't have, 81 doesn't have as many numbers here, and then how long are you gonna delay for? It's like 2 hours. So probably what they're doing is, yeah, actually probably better, because this flag is gonna come up and then it's just one flag, and then you should rather just have numbers so that you can swarm down the rally and then fill the garrison. Now fill the garrison is a role that I should be playing right now, but then it's FY, and FY has like 2,000 markers around this place. I joined FY earlier. They have a lot of markers. I really can't be in FY. And you know what I kind of realized today? So the other two accounts that I have, one of them is 1365, which is a Korean KD, and then 1348, which is a Thai KD. Now I'm in both those KDs because of the time zone thing, so I can't be in a US or UK English speaking KD because my time zone is Asian, like Sydney, Australia. So I kind of have to be. And then sometimes I kind of regret that why am I not in a English KD, because I kind of miss out on the communication quite a bit, and then I don't get enough YouTube support sometimes as well. But then that's actually good, because then the markers are in a foreign language and it's less of an issue if I'm kind of streaming. But then now every single alliance has English markers, and for KvK1 you should have like 2,000 markers, and that's appropriate because there are a lot of new players. So we do have 2,000 markers, pretty much trying to say everything that with markers that you should. A lot of people are not on Discord because again it's kind of early game. People are trying to get a hang of it. They're not overly committed in KvK1, but the committed players are here, I would say. Now how far is the refresh point and how many cities are around? There's only 2 cities. If there's only, well, now 1, because the other one left. So if there's only 1 CT, 2 CT, now so if you want to hold a fort here, you need quite a few whale cities to port here to continuously refresh their marches within the... Maybe you should share your videos on FB and Discord. That helps you with your channel. Nail, yeah, man, I do have a Discord channel. That should be linked in the description. So please feel free to join that. And we have a bot that uploads all the videos there. So that definitely helps as well. And Facebook, I kind of have to look into Facebook. Um, like, yeah, I thought about streaming on Facebook at the same time as well, because Streamlabs allows you to stream multiple platforms. So yeah, that's a good idea as well. I eventually have to look into Facebook. Now the thing with Facebook is I don't even have a personal account on Facebook. Like I'm not just that social a person. But then for the YouTube channel, yeah, probably I should. I kind of tried to do a page other day on Facebook, and then I kind of got lost with it because it's not a personal account that I'm creating, right? It's like a I don't even know the term. Like it's a different type of account I have to create. And then I was trying to see if I can upload the videos directly there, and then if I want to have like a bot or an app that does it, then it costs money, so I manually have to do it, and I kind of got lazy. But you're definitely right, I should be looking into Facebook so that we have I guess more viewers, more supporters, and so on. Now what's happening with the action? So ELG. So ELG is a commander that I used to play a lot with. So my two marches, one of them I think was Richard ELG and the other one was Charles and Sansu. Now Richard ELG wasn't a good march. ELG is not a bad commander, but then I think his primary has a chance or something like that. Let me have a look. So he's not bad, but then I think going with a Jones support with a Richard was a better option. Nail, good luck. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now, no, sorry, I was wrong. The first one is not a chance. Where was the chance? There's a chance of something. Bonus damage, 100%. When attacked, Illuminjok has a 10% chance to increase on troops damage by 20%. So the damage increases, not the chance. And counter attack, yeah, LG is not a bad commander, but then now that there's Bjorn and then John has been always there, so that's why like LG is probably not a good investment, I guess. Now the other one is Kusunuki, like not a bad commander, but like there are better commanders and you're gonna get YSG pretty soon. And then now there's Kira, so Kusunuki and what's her name? I mean his name, Harman, probably doesn't make as much sense nowadays. But when YSG used to take a little longer to come, and when Kira wasn't around, you kind of had to use either Kusunuki or Harman, I think. 82 is dominating. All the 81 marches are kind of out of the screen now. You know who? Do you want to see a legendary player? Yes, of course. If you can put the codes, if he's in the same KvK, we'll definitely have a look. Ooh, so many. Now that's 3 minutes. I don't even know whether I just wanted to see 1 or 2 rallies and see what kind of marches people are using. I mean, in KvK 1 you don't have YSG yet. Like YSG comes in few days, but I don't know whether 82 has YSG. I mean 82 wouldn't, 81 would have YSG before, right? So they don't. It's KvK 3. I mean, if there's action, man, then I can go and have a look, but then just to look at an account, you can maybe send a screenshot on Discord. Now, no presents. Are we bowling up somewhere else? Or is that it? Yeah, March is kind of coming back. It doesn't look like there's gonna be a big ball. Now we saw Odin up top. Now Odin is from the States, I think. This is a really odd time for him, so I don't think he's gonna be up for too long. I don't know. So no ball here. What about down south? Okay, there's more fighting here, because I think now we kind of realize that that's not something we're gonna be able to hold. So the main ball is here. So the fortress is probably coming down because it's kind of at an odd place. So as I was saying earlier, that's probably a little too ambitious, and yeah, that's probably the case. Now there's a flag going left. Are we going left because that's more strategic? Yes, we are. That is more strategic. And then if you don't have most of your players online now, trying to eagerly go and face a KD with more players online, probably not a good idea. But then from an 82 point of view, they should try to connect, and there's going to be more fights that way. Okay, so this is a standoff. Now that Samsu is breaking the standoff. So what's the play here? Now they have done that flag, so they can do another. 82 can do another flag. Doesn't look like 82. They're putting more players in, and then they will do the flag. Let's see who put it in. That's a big boy that put it in. Well, bad boy that put it in. And the next flag doesn't give you action. So we are flagging on both directions. We are flagging up and we are flagging left. I would kind of want to see the flags on this side of the river maybe. That's a good defensive play. But then again, I don't know whether we are trying to play, because see, I can't see the marker, so I kind of don't know whether we are playing defensive or not. But then I found a celebrity here, Dirty Dan. I saw Dirty Dan. He kind of walked back. Now that's an R4 or R5 of an alliance. Why are you playing with a Boudica R5? Dirty Dan, I can't click on you. So by the way guys, Dirty Dan is one of the kings from 81. He does a lot of streams covering KvK 1 and 2. So if you need early game help, Dirty Dan's channel is a good place to be as well. So don't forget to check it out. So I think it's called Dirty Dan Gaming. Now guys, 81, you should be doing a flag. Why are you not doing a flag yet? It's not the same alliance, it's a different alliance. So they can flag up, and they're doing that flag. Okay, 48 minutes. Well, it's gonna be less because people hasn't joined yet. And they got full coverage. So this is a gone case, I would say. There's no point even like hoping that that's gonna stay up. But let's go back and have a look at the standoff. Are they engaging? They are engaging. Now, is there's gonna be a king skill on either? That's the sign for push, 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 push. But then that's not coming yet. Juliana, by the way, she's one of the stronger players in 81. We do have an account overview. Now she has grown quite a lot since, but then you can kind of check it out. You kind of get a glimpse of what early game players, bigger players in early game are kind of going for. She got the fancy skin as well, Cav Attack. Zenith, that's another Zenith skin. Hey, how did you win Zenith with 17 million power? Wow, you must have saved everything and aimed for the Zenith. Early game, that's not a bad call either. Now for the rest of his rock life, he's gonna have a pretty cool looking skin, right? And useful, not just cool looking. I mean, 15% cav attack is pretty good. And that's the other skin. I don't know. Somehow everyone in KvK1 has that skin and I don't. So I think there's something that I missed. I got no city skins. I feel so naked right now with no city skins. So whatever the next skin I can get, like even if it doesn't make any sense, like archer attack, I'll still take it. But then playing free to play, it kind of can be challenging. There's a lot of things comes and goes and you kind of can't, you know, even look at it. So see, pretty poor looking city. I mean, that's why he's called Ladus the Poor. But then I can't be depressed because I do have other accounts which are kind of spendy and where I can kind of afford things. So, and I can't buy dinner if I'm spending on every single account. So, and then I can't bring you content which covers different aspects of the game. So the marches and the thought process that you would go through and the things that you'll think about when playing free to play, if I'm just playing with the whale account, then it doesn't come naturally. Like you have to go way out of your thought process to think about F2P. But then in the channel we obviously want to cover all sorts of players. That's why it's kind of important that I have all three type of accounts. Now guys, you're not doing anything. 81 and 82, like, well, 81 is at least flagging here. 82, why you not flagging, man? Come do the flag. You're the only action that we have. So in this KvK, day 1 of pass opening, people played for 90 days, farmed for 90 days, and finally you get to fight. And the first day of fighting after 90 days, you're not eager. For most of you guys, this is your first KvK. You should be a lot more eager. And this was the other zone where there could have been a fight, and it doesn't look like there's going to be, because I mean there's quite a long way to go. And there's a 78 fort that's not being challenged by 79, not really. And in the other zones it's only 1 KD that went out, so only 2 zones where there's a potential of a fight. Jen, I'm in 81 FY right now, haha, in the Alliance Stronghold. Good luck to us. Hey Jen, yeah, it's this is not gonna go well. This was a little too ambitious. But then when I say a little too ambitious, I mean the leaders, when they planned it, they obviously expected more people maybe to be online. But then this is a really bad time for 81. Most of the people are UK or US because most of them are English speaking, right? So the timing is pretty bad. But like Alliance leaders maybe could have guessed that the timing would have been bad. But saying that, maybe they did that thing where they send out a mail saying ready check. And most people probably said, yeah, I'm going to be there, and they didn't show up. So that's why this could have looked very bold and strong, but now it kind of looks like, yeah, that's it. So half of those troops are gonna die, the other half is gonna be in the hospital, and all of that's gonna happen in 14 minutes time. So we want to see that rally, but more so than that rally, I thought there's gonna be a lot more action here. But this is like a proper standoff. Just look at each other. Jen, it's not looking good right now. There's tons of whales in 82 and 80. Jen, you know what? So it's not just the whales. Like, yes, whales, but more scary than whales is this. Like, if you look at the kingdom activity, 84, 82, 80. And then 81 and then 78. So that's the over 2 million mark. This is close to 3, by the way. And this is where the odd kingdoms are. So like half the activity. So you got all the inactive KDs that are allied, and you have all the active KDs that are allied. And we're the odd one out. We kind of made within the, so if 81 and 78 switched places, then like this KvK is over already, like even before it started. It's a 4v4, but 4 actives versus 4 inactives. And I'm gonna say inactive because KvK1, there's no reason why you're not doing barbarians and honor properly, right? I mean, some people say that you can, you know, save the AP for the next zone, but then from the looks of it, you're not gonna have the next zone, right? And then you need to do the barbs for the XP as well. So it's gonna be quite rough from here. So as 81, like later on tonight when more people come in, even if we manage to take this zone, like what about 79 here? I don't see a lot of marches. This is there? Okay, well, that's 78. That's from the left hand side. So 78 came in and they're stopping 79 from flagging, and 78 is standing on 79 territory. And 79, do you see a lot of cities? I don't see a lot of cities. That's 11 million power, that's 7 million power, that's 4 million power, and then you got 9. So these are the forward-most cities. Even for KvK1, that's pretty low. And what's happening on this flag? I don't see a lot of 79 presence here. Not in terms of power, not in terms of activity. Nope. So this is going to be quite tough. I mean, I'm not blaming these guys, as in, like, if you don't have the power, this is not the right time, and then, you know, that's it. But then I'm just talking about the outcome of the KvK. And 77, I mean, 77 will have this zone for a while, and if 78 can box them in, then 79 can go this way. So not looking good for the odd ones. 83 has actually come out with good presence. 83 is trying to block these people in even before they take the pass. But the thing is, 82 is not even focused on that side, right? 82 is fighting on this side. Okay, so we are doing a flag up now. So if we're doing a flag here, then we are actually doing the brave thing, I would say. So we are flagging up towards this. Now why we are flagging up towards this? Because if we lose that, which we definitely will, then we kind of need to push from south. Now you know how some KDs actually go and do a fort next to the passes early on just to, you know, have access to the next zone. You know that doesn't work, right? So thank God that we are not doing anything like that, or anyone. Actually, none of the KDs kind of did that. And we're flagging towards the south as well. So who are we going to meet here? No one. That's to, I mean, if purple comes out, or what are we going for here? Not too sure. Should we be flagging this way, or shouldn't we be trying to flag this way with the red alliance? I mean, that would make a bit more sense, right? No? But what's, like, I'm sure there's a plan, but I'm playing neutral here and just kind of trying to guess what's the goal. Okay, we're going south. It's not like there's a pass here that we're trying to block. Okay. But then the purple alliance here is playing brave and they're flagging. Now, shouldn't you be flagging? Why are you not flagging? You're the more dominant kind of KD, right? Let's check your alliance power. Oh, don't need to scout. Why am I clicking on the barb? Okay. That's 1.3 billion. And what about these guys? 1.6 billion. Okay, so this is the stronger alliance out of 81 at the moment, but people obviously switch places and stuff. But anyways, and I have a feeling that that may be the stronger alliance. And Pablo has ported in 74 million power in KvK 1, 141 million kills. That's very impressive. Now, oh, I was meant to check the alliance power, sorry. Let's have a look at the alliance power. That's 1.4. Okay, so they got two strong, 1.4 and 1.3, and we saw 1.6. And what about the red one? 826. Okay, so combined it's kind of even, not too far. So these two KDs are kind of evenly matched. So this zone is going to be the fun zone, I hope. Now how long till this flag is done? 18 minutes. You should have done a flag. I mean, not technically speaking, but from a fun point of view, so that we had more action. Now how long is that? 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes later we can see a rally. It's not going to be a rally garrison action, it's just going to be rally action, because there's no garrison to speak of. So the people that are building are there, and they're gonna take a massive hit because there's no reinforcements coming from anywhere. So if you had to guess the garrison, what do you think the garrison is gonna be? Early game, right? KvK 1. Kai, watching from Philippines. Hey man, streaming from Sydney. Good to have you on the stream, man. Now what would you guess the garrison would be? I'm thinking Charles, obviously. And then behind Charles, do you think it's gonna be, there's no YSG yet. So behind the Charles, do you think Sansu? Do you think Richard? Do you think Ethelfled? Well, we're gonna find out pretty soon. Like 7 minutes or something. And here again. Now which ball looks bigger to you? If we zoom out, we can see like the cones, right? The pyramids moving around. I think it's again quite even. Like they're spread a little bit and they're more clumped up, but the numbers are not too far. Ha 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 ha. Well, are you threatening them or what? 16 minutes. Now what are the chances that after that we're not gonna flag anymore and we're gonna say now it's your turn, and they're already saying they're not gonna flag? What is this fight? Are you fighting yourself? Why are they fighting? Oh, this guy is not in alliance and they're killing one of their own. Is that what's happening? Because that's not ours, because then it'll come up as yellow, right? See, no one likes the Belisarius, so we're gonna kill the Belisarius. Yep. Now why did he get killed? Let's have a look. Can I click on him? No, I can't. That icon doesn't come up where you can look at the city or the profile, I mean. So by the way guys, lesson learned, don't schedule a stream for KvK 1 and 2 hours after pass opening in future. Schedule the stream like 5 hours after pass opening maybe, because it takes a lot of time for marches to move and you know, people to wake up and flags to touch, to rally, to garrison, whatever it may be. How long? 5 minutes. Okay, so we are gonna definitely stay online for 5 more minutes and see how that kind of goes. And within that 5 minutes time, if either one of them kind of touches flag, either one of them, 81 or 82, does the flag here or there, whatever. So if there's rally and stuff, then we'll obviously check that out as well. But otherwise, I don't think today we're gonna expect a lot of action from this KvK, right? Doesn't look like we will. Kryler, hi from France, and 78. Hey man, how are you going? 78, you guys are looking really strong, right? So what are you doing here? Why are you camping on 79's flag? You, if you don't let them come out, if you don't let them touch your flags up here, then you're not gonna have much fun this KvK, right? Because it doesn't look like 79 is gonna come out. Are they even doing this flag anymore? 5 minutes. Okay, no, it's reducing, so they're doing that flag. Once they do the flag, you know why these marches are waiting, so that firstly people can't teleport, but then does it look like they're teleporting? Not really, it doesn't. I mean, well, now there's a bit more, but the people that are teleporting, not really strong. Very strong 78. Good to have you on the chat, by the way. Now, what about the flags here? Oh, someone's dying. Kai, how much do you spend in this account, my friend? Very good question, man. In this account, and I hope the wife is listening, in this account I have spent $0. So complete free to play. Didn't even buy like the first pack that you're offered. So nothing. Haha. So I kind of plan to play free to play on this account. I don't know how long I'm gonna play this account though, but as long as I do, I'm gonna be free to play. Now speaking of not playing this account, I am kind of struggling with so many accounts. It's not funny anymore. Like it used to be fun, I guess, at some stage, but then now YouTube takes up so much time that I just can't. So I may stop playing this account. Oh, what did I do? I clicked something. What did I click? Oh man, my screen went away. Okay. Oh, okay, I didn't close the game, sorry. Okay, so so I may actually stop playing this account and just play with the main, I guess. Okay, so there's some movement on 81 side, so we're pushing, we're making 2 balls. Yes, we are. So we're going to the left, and there's a bit to the right, and we can do a sandwich. Is that what we're aiming for, or are we just stopping them from making a flag, or is one of them our flagging marches? This could be our flagging march. Nadisha, is William still good an investment for free to play? I already have Saladin 5551 and Nevsky 5551. Yes, William is definitely good. Now the question though is what are you gonna do with the William, as in who are you gonna pair that with? So you can go with Nevsky when you have the William, then it could be Nevsky William, and behind your Saladin you can use YSG, Ethelfled, or any other kind of march. But then at the same time, next week you're gonna have CPO, the new legendary CPO. So next week when you have the CPO, that CPO is so OP that you want to have that CPO as well. I'm actually gonna say that William is better than the CPO, just because William does that group bonus thing, like as in with the defense increase and the rage increase. So CPO does rage increase as well, but CPO does rage increase only for himself, but William does it for all the other marches. So William definitely good, but then CPO is quite important as well. Cobra Gaming, hi from King Cobra from 2418 T5 100%. Hey man, congratulations, very well done. Now one of the things I'll and 2418 is a newish KD, so you've done it in a short time. So one of the things that I'll mention to the viewers, especially Cobra, but everyone else as well, so in the link in the description there's a link for our Discord, so please join the Discord. Cobra, when you join the Discord you can kind of reach us out there, and you can maybe send some pictures of your account, and then as a free to play from 2418, a newish KD, if you got to T5 already, then maybe we can try to feature you on the account. So depending on how much information that you can give us, so if you're interested, definitely join our Discord. And everyone watching, If you are not a subscriber yet, then definitely subscribe so that you don't miss out on all the videos that we do. We do quite a few early game guides, and we obviously cover early game KvK as well, along with Season of Conquest KvK. So we're gonna stream, I don't think we're gonna stream tomorrow, but then we're gonna stream again the day after, because I have Season of Conquest with my main account, so that's gonna be quite fun. And then tomorrow we may stream depending on how the action goes here. So it'll be great if we can have everyone subscribe and support the channel. And speaking of supporting the channel, don't forget to drop a like as well, because that kind of keeps it tells me to keep kind of going with streaming and everything. Now, looking at the action, this flag is done, so there should be a rally coming up for this any moment now. Jan, look at 81 FY Stronghold 82 now finished their flags. Yes, I'm just looking at that now, Jan. So Jan, if you're in the flag, I mean, say your prayers, because it's gonna come down pretty soon. Now, have they rallied yet? Yes, they have, because Pablo is here. Now, Pablo ported here earlier, waited for the flag to be done, and Pablo ported here. And then after that, Pablo is going to leave that alliance and join the Teal alliance, and that's what they're probably waiting for. When Pablo comes, we'll do a flag, because Pablo has the defense to hold that. I'm just guessing, but anyways, let's have a look at the rally. Let's see what the rally is gonna be. Last chance to guess, guys. Last chance to guess what the rally is gonna be. Now, Pablo has the Cav skin. So do you think it's going to be a Minamoto rally? I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Minamoto rally. Jan, I take out my troops. I transported it to the near city. That's a good call, because now, like, I mean, you're not taking your troops out just because, you know, you're going to get dead. It's just, this is pointless. So there's zero chance of this actually holding up. There's no other cities, there's no reinforcements, there's 82 all over, so this is like suicide. Sky, hey man, how are you going? Cobra, my account is 500 days old. I migrated to 2418 before KvK 2. We win this KvK. Okay, well then that's not as impressive, but it's still pretty good. Getting to T5, I mean, more so than getting to T5, managing the T5 account as a free-to-play is quite challenging, because you need quite a lot of speed ups and heals. I mean not heals, quite a lot of speed ups and resources to keep healing those T5s. That's still pretty impressive, man. Sure, if you want to do that, I'm up for it. Okay, well then join the Discord, and then send us some pictures, and then we'll have a look. 500 days old, 500 day old T5 complete free to play. So if you're complete free to play, that's still very impressive actually, because it does take at least 6 months, even with some low amount of spending. So it took you like year and a half T5. I mean, it's still pretty good. Yeah, rank 3 in honor grind, that's very good. Now we are waiting for the rally. Where is the rally? Well, there's one, but it's still waiting for Pablo. Is waiting for one more march to come in. Jen, Pablo starts the rally on us. Yeah, Pablo definitely did. Pablo got the general. Cav skin kind of tells me Minamoto is coming, but then sometimes you just have the Cav skin even if you're rallying with something else, because, you know, why not? Because it's not like this is gonna put up too much resistance. But then, does Minamoto actually make sense? So what else could you be doing other than Minamoto? Well, you can do Charles. Who would you pair Charles with? Well, you can put a Barca or a Richard there. That kind of works. That's kind of old schooled. You can put a JC as well if your alliance is putting random marches, but nowadays even in KvK 1 you don't have that much of JC Barca, so it's probably going to be Richard, Charles Richard, or Minamoto KvK probably makes the most sense, because you just want to do damage and get out of there. Jabba, hey Ladus, how are you doing? Hey Jabba, hey man, not too bad. So we're just spectating some KvK 1 action. I mean, I'm spectating, but I'm in this KvK, so I should be kind of fighting as well. But then the alliance leader said like don't show the markers. That's why I'm kind of going with just the stream, because I scheduled it already. Pablo, come on man, send your rally out. And we're looking down south to see if action started there. Oh, action started there already. So what do you guys want to see, Pablo's rally, or do you want to see this massive open field fight that's taking place? And King's Skill popped. Who got the King's Skill? 81 got the... Oh, King's Skill replied with another skill. King's Skill. So 82, 81, they're not waiting for Pablo. They're going to start pushing in now. And is our flag done? Our flag is 2 minutes left. After that, we are doing a flag on the left. Now, how good a flag is that? That's a pretty good flag. I still want to see maybe 1 or 2 more flags on this side, just as a defensive measure. I was pencil, haha, Filipino bread. Ah, Filipino bread. Someone named themselves as Filipino bread. Okay, now that's proper KvK1 action. So now, note for Ladus Gaming: start the next stream after 2 hours. I mean, sorry, we did 2 hours now. After 3.5 hours of pass opening, because that's when flags kind of touch and you get all the action. Now, the thing that I'm impressed the most with is Pablo started now. Okay, let's go have a look at Pablo. We will come back because this fight will last a little longer. I just want to see the first one. Minamoto, obviously Minamoto Kaga, very good. Now, behind the Charles, who did we have? Hey, who was that? Was that YSG somehow? No, it couldn't have been YSG. Well, too late. I can't see. Now, am I going to ask for the report? Probably not, because this is going to be quite sad a report, because they were not, it wasn't even full. Yeah, that was definitely way too aggressive. Now, the important thing to see would be whether, just think about this, when all those marches, now they got nothing else to fight up top, right? Now, all those marches are going to come and join this Teal Alliance, or like kind of start fighting here. But when it comes to Charles YSG, always Garrison KvK, but we don't have YSG yet, so YSG wheel is next week. It should be YSG, but like we don't have YSG. YSG comes tomorrow, I want to say. What day is today? Monday. Is it Monday today? Yeah, it is Monday today. So Tuesday, tomorrow, we have access to YSG. Okay, so there's no action kind of happening here. That alliance have a lot of players. Where are their marches? So they're not gonna have that action. I don't see the pink marches. So, and then red for some reason hasn't kind of gone too far here. All those flags should have been maybe here. But anyways. Ooh! 82 has pushed in quite a bit. Stop criticizing Ladus. Just enjoy the action. Osman, that's kind of rare, but that's not a bad march. Who do you have behind the Osman? Okay, I clicked on too many things. Yeah, 82 now has a lot more presence here. Otter, hey man, how are you going? Long time no talk. So, big boy, bad boy, and that's the king. 18, 11, 14. So this flag is done. Our big sort of guys are here. Hey, there's Odin. 81, not bad at all. 31, 17, now Juliana 55, that's good. 16. So there are a couple of high powered players on each side, but then it's not like a power game, it looks like. There's a lot of people with varying level of powers that has voted in. Now question, should we be pushing in on their territory and stop them from teleporting, or should we kind of just hold and do a connecting flag so that we can kind of start the fighting? Haha. Otter, you don't have to miss me. We get to talk all the time on stream, right? You can come on stream. We have a chat. Okay. Do you guys want to see what happens if I take simplified? It's kind of scared, but let's try. Okay, we took off simplified. If we take off simplified, it's not crashing. Okay, that's good. So it is lagging a little bit, is it? Nah, that's natural, not too much. Okay, we can try without simplified as well. Get to say a bit more of the numbers and everything that's kind of taking place. So why did we do that flag on the side? What does that flag do? That flag here. Are we trying to go all the way up? Like kind of go this way? And then them coming this way? Is that the plan? Well, I'll figure out what the plan is as soon as the stream is done, because then I can join normal alliances and then kind of start fighting and have a look myself. So we got someone decent port in, 31 million power, not bad for KvK1. Dirty Dan. Hey, Dirty Dan is 12 mil. I thought Dirty Dan was higher. But Dirty Dan has decent marches, I want to say. Yes, he does. So far, so good. Okay. Now, we're not pushing into their territory. That's obviously smart. They get a bit more of a damage. And what do we achieve? Like, stop them from porting. That's not enough of a reason, I think, to port in. Now, next flag. Who do you think is going to do the next flag? 81 or 82? As soon as there's a next flag, there's going to be action. Odin. Odin's marches. Odin is this guy, guys. Massive guy. Barca, obviously. A true whale always uses Barca, right? Fake whales just unlock him for the 10 gold heads they can buy in Writers of History. That's it. So, it's quite a gain. There was a little bit of open build fight. Now no one's doing a flag. That'll be touching. That doesn't do anything. Why am I even checking that? Now what about the guys from the top? Are they coming down? Pablo went somewhere. This is where Pablo was, right? Yeah. So they would be coming down this way somewhere. Brittany. Push. Lacoste. No, I can't see Pablo anywhere. Yeah, stop being a Pablo fan and just watch what's happening here. So there are two sorts of fighting happening, one on the right, one on the left. Now if we, I just feel like we should have flagged in a way where we have two alliances. Like I still kind of hoped that didn't happen, and those alliances, that the red alliance kind of came this way, so that we get double rally action. This is really far and they're not even doing more flags. And what are they gonna do now? So they flagged to the CF, they took out the CF. There's no point standing there anymore. The action is down. You can go down. and they're not flagging anymore either, because this area kind of doesn't make sense anymore, right? Like you want to be touching flags and kind of pushing in. Now 82 definitely trying to go towards the right hand side. Does that mean they're going to do a flag here somewhere, do you think? Should they? Probably not. Okay, 81 did any flags. I would think it would make more sense if they did it south. But now it's too late. Before all these cities ported in, they probably could have done it here. But now it could be a little too late. Babers and Ethelflaed, that's a pretty good march as well. Dalcid and Kusunoki, that's a weird sort of march, I want to say. Nadisha, don't you think Lilith introducing new commanders too fast? Even some spenders can't keep with the new meta. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're spending, I can't keep up with it. I spend a bit on my main account. I can't keep up with it, but then I think there's a different way to look at it as well. So say for example, when Lilith started introducing commanders in a slow pace, at that time it was more about collect them all, but then now it's not really collect them all anymore. It's more like pick the ones you want to invest in. So say for example, I'll use my account as an example. So the 150 mil account, 7 marches, I don't have Nevsky, like I just unlocked, so my Nevsky is 1111. So I kind of made a call there where I didn't go for Nevsky. Instead I still finished off the Herald that I was working on, and then now when I get the CPO wheel tomorrow, I think, then I will be spending on the CPO. So, and then when it came to Zenith, for example, so the last Cav skin, the 10% attack, like I don't have the speed ups or resources now, but when the Zenith event was there, I kind of did, and I still didn't go for it. So instead I just relied on the 10% infantry health. So in a way I'm kind of making a choice that I will apparently go for infantry now, because I got the infantry health Zenith skin and I am more focusing on the infantry commanders. So yeah, but then at the same time, Nadisha, don't be disappointed. You know why? Because the commanders that came out a while ago, say for example Ramses, so if you kind of worked on Ramses or William, who came out a long time ago as well, so yes, sure, Nevsky is a little bit better than William, but then it's not to say that your older commanders are completely useless. So it's not like KvK 1 and 2 commanders where you kind of can't use them anymore. So like the Season of Conquest commanders, if you're making smart investments, you get to use them for a bit longer than before. So yes, I wish they were not releasing so many, but then there's like, you know, adjusting mindsets and not thinking about all the commanders, just going for your specialization or specific commanders. King, hello. Hey man, how are you going? Now if I had my main account here, even the low spending 1365 account here, I would kind of be feeling like, why am I watching this? I want to go in and I want to have some part of this action. But you can see my power here. This is the complete free-to-play account. So I can fight for, like, in this KvK, all up, I can fight for maybe 6-7 hours. And that's the whole KvK. So I'm just telling myself, you know what, don't worry about it. You're missing a little bit of a fight, but it's not like in open field I'm going to be that effective anyways. So when the rally and garrison starts, today, later on today or tomorrow, whenever, I can still kind of have I will still have enough action where I can kind of, kill the troops and finish all the resources that I have. This is your main. Oh, come on, man, King. It's a 6.8 million power account. Like, if this is someone's main, then that's a new sort of player. I mean, actually, yeah. No, this is not my main. Okay. So that's the main. That's in 1348. And that's a low spending alt, and that's in 1365, and this is the free to play jumper group account 2581. So if this was the main account, then obviously I would be fighting a lot more, but then in this low powered account I don't really have any speed ups or any resources. So like after the stream I'll fight for half an hour, and then I have to farm for another 2 days before I can farm again. I mean fight again. Now guys, do you know what's happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the strategy is here now. There's a lot of open field taking place, but flagging wise, like where's gonna be the next flag and who has the upper hand now? I want to say, because the 82 players that were fighting at the top, they kind of came down, I want to say 82 has the upper hand now. So in a way, 82 making a flag somewhere here and try to actually making a flag here. If 82 makes a flag here, 82 can kind of try to burn this, 82 can kind of try to burn this. That probably makes more sense. So what are they delaying for? Because I don't think now it's wise for us to, I mean 81 to do a flag, because we definitely have less numbers now. See all those marches that came down from 82, they're taking more of a control of the field now. Okay, Odin is rallying something. What is Odin rallying? King, amazing. Hey man, thank you, thank you. Now, what is Odin rallying? Is he rallying a fort so that people can port? Doesn't look like it. So we do have 82 players coming from the side as well, so it's not like 82 doesn't have the numbers, just doesn't have as much numbers as 82. I want to say 81. Now is Odin rallying a city? What city could he be rallying? B882, B882. Everything that I'm looking at looks like B882. Like anything nearby at least. Okay, doesn't matter. When the rally goes out, we'll have a look at the rally. Let's look at the fighting for now. This is a brave Boudica fighting for a while. This guy have been fighting with the Boudica for a while. I saw him fighting for the last half an hour. The whole time he's using a Boudica march. So this is not by accident. This is what he chose to have. We are definitely getting pushed in here. Yes, we are. And this is not a bad thing. If you're fighting on territory, if they're coming in, there's a bit of a bonus for 81 for fighting in territory. Oops. I can still find where Odin is, because not a lot of people using Barca in KvK 1 or ever. Okay, so 82 decided to do more of a defensive flag. So maybe they are overestimating 81. at this stage. Not too many marches from 81 here. There's more marches from 82 for sure. Cosmic Fed, why is your power 7M? Is this restart account? Yes, man, this is the complete free-to-play restart project account, and this is where I went to the support alliance now so that I can kind of stream, because all the markers are in English and stuff, and they are a little sensitive about it, so we're just not even fighting, just looking at the action. And you know how most of the times when you're looking at action you feel like, yeah, I want to go in and have some fight, but then based on the account that I have, I'm like, yeah, even if I'm not fighting, I'm not missing out on much, because it only is gonna take like 10 minutes and then uh-oh, out of resources. One time I take out 5 marches, they come back and that's it, and then farm for 2 more days. So for now we are just gonna observe the action and spectate this KvK1 fighting. So 81 is kind of playing smart, so they have a bit of a ball here. They're letting the 82 players kind of come in. When the ball comes in, they are all pouncing on it and then getting rid of those marches. There's a lot more sad phase march, I want to say, that's going out from 82. 82 is being aggressive. They're pushing in on 81 territory, but then if you're doing that, shouldn't you be doing it with a flag as well? So the parts, who is winning? Hey Azumi, who is winning? So the even KDs are winning at this stage. So even KDs versus odd KDs, starting with a 77 on the left hand side, and then 70, actually sorry, let me rephrase. So this KvK 2577 to 2584, that's 2584. So these are the KDs there, and it's odds versus even. Odds look like they are not in control. Evens have more power, more activity, so we'll see how that kind of goes. Now 79, we were looking here earlier, there was a lot of 78 marches, so they at least got rid of the 78 marches, or 78 got bored and went home. Oh no, 78 kind of came here. So 78 is trying to look for places where they can kind of fight, because 79 is not giving them a lot of action. So in this KvK at the moment, there's only 2 zones where there's fighting, Saqqara, and the other zone is Okuri. Now Okuri is a little bit more evenly matched between 82 and 81, that's why we're looking at it. Hey, who you allied with? Oh yeah, so I'm in 81, so it's all the odd numbers, so maybe this screen is a little easier to show. So if you look at Kingdom honor rank, so all the even ones are allied, so 84, 82, 80 and 78. Now this is a good measure of activity when it comes to early KvKs. So all the less active ones are kind of allied together, and unfortunately I'm in the odd one as well, and the even ones are kind of more powerful, more active, so we are probably losing. But then this is the first day of fighting, so let's see how it goes. So we were brave today and we took off the simplified graphics, and it's still working. There's a lot of march fighting, so there's a little bit of a frame drop sometimes because of all the numbers and all the skills that's popping up. It's a lot smoother if we take it off, but then I think people enjoy it for some reason with No simplified graphics, so we're keeping it non-simplified for now. And we were kind of hoping that there would be a flag by 81 or 82, somewhere here, so that we can see some rally and garrison action. But then it looks like, for now, at least for now, it's more about just the open field. So we tried to look at the open field marches, kind of tried to talk about who is using what. Now if you zoom out, well, numbers are somewhat evenish. No, probably a little bit more white than orange, or evenish, I don't know. Yeah, hard to call. But as far as the fighting goes, 82 is pushing more into 81 territory more often, and then kind of getting smashed and then kind of going back, so no one's really winning yet. I think I'm gonna take that off, put it back on. Does it make a difference? Not that much of a difference actually. Now we can keep it on. I saw a Clio on the field for like 2 seconds, and then the Clio went off. So everyone's kind of playing early game meta, so 3 infantry marches, so you got, generally speaking, Richard and John, and then Charles and Sun Tzu. No, that's not that's 2 if you're using 2 marches. Actually, some people are using 2 marches. Some people are using 3. So that if you're doing 3, then it could be Richard and Ethelflaed. It could be Richard and Sun Tzu. It could be Sun Tzu and Scipio. It could be Charles and Mehmed. So there's quite a few combinations where basically what I'm trying to say is Charles, Sun Tzu and Richard, all 3 are extremely important. If you're a spender, you're gonna have the Minamoto there as well. That's very good. If you're not, maybe a Pelagius and Belisarius. I mean, not Belisarius, Pelagius and Baibars, I want to say. Yeah. So, and then there's a Bjorn sometimes popping up here and there. Now Bjorn, when you read the skill, it kind of reads very good, but then when I tried playing with Bjorn, it kind of doesn't do as much, so it's not really that exciting. I mean, Sun Tzu is a lot better still. There are Osmans as a secondary here and there as well, and then there are 1 or 2 whales that are bringing out the Barca. Actually, I think Odin is the only one that's bringing out a Barca. Now Ethelflaed is there from time to time, but if you look at the marches, like if you had to choose between, do I hit a Richard, do I hit a Charles, do I hit a Sun Tzu? Now often the Sun Tzu had either a Charles or Richard in the background, or a Scipio. So most people, as much as Ethelflaed is a good march, most people are kind of trying to pick out the Ethelflaed to hit, because Ethelflaed usually will have the John behind as well. Now there are a couple of players who are using the Elcid and Kusunuki, or Elcid and Harman March as well. So not too many archers and not too many cavs. It's mostly infantry. That's normal for KvK 1, I guess. Now no one's gonna do a flag, seriously? Have you not finished that flag yet? That's like 2 minutes left. So this is a KvK. This KvK is gonna be, it looks like it's gonna be a battle of attrition, as in who loses out, who gives up first, because they're not doing a rally and garrison, it's just draining resources. draining a lot of resources without gaining too much of a territory. But then now that there's so many marches, I don't know whether trying to do a flag is even a good idea, because I don't know. Like earlier, both sides had a chance to do a flag and kind of start doing a rally. Now that flag is done, we are flagging up. Okay, FY is coming down. So FY is the pink alliance, right? I think it is. Okay, yep. So the pink alliance is coming down. Pink alliance is coming this way. Now the pink alliance tried to do a fort here, which kind of got burned, which I would have to say was a bit too ambitious. Now I think the pink alliance should try to do a fort here somewhere. Why here somewhere? I think they should have done it here in the first place, but now I think they can kind of try to do it here so that there are flags from purple in front, which gives the CF a bit more time to I guess get built. Now they started flagging way up, and that kind of went way down. Ideally, at least the pink or the red should have been together with purple. Like, if just think about this, if we had red, rather than having that extra bit, had it going this way, or rather than having that bit, if we had it coming along, then would have been a lot easier to double rally and take down a flag. Now pink has come down and pink's kind of trying to go here. What would that kind of achieve? Okay, they're kind of trying to cut off the reinforcements coming from here. No, they're not going to walk down that way. They're just going to walk down this way. So they're not really cutting it off. So that ball here, are they going to try to come in from behind and push it somehow? Is that the plan? I'm sure there's a marker saying ball here, but then what is the ball doing? Because if there was no marker, there wouldn't be that many players there. Looking back at the action again. Yes, someone. Oh my god, Juliana, seriously? Juliana is doing something that I did in my biggest mistake video. So early game I was stupid and I thought, and this is within my first few days of playing the game, I thought I'm gonna fight with Cleopatra and Mehmet because that'll be like a support match. This is in my biggest mistakes video. Now Juliana, big whale, smart player, has the title as well, general. She's actually trying to do a Cleo. And that's Charles and Richard, is it? Yeah, see, that kind of doesn't make sense. I'm seeing Cleopatra. Yeah, Jabba, that's the one that I'm talking about. So that was, if you saw my biggest mistake video, if you haven't, you should check it out. It's quite funny actually, things that I have done early on in my account. So that was in the biggest mistake video, as in, oh my god, I wish I didn't. And Juliana is doing it in KvK. Maybe she brought it out accidentally, you know, but I want to say I saw it more than once. Okay, but even in terms of the marches, now we got two whales fighting here. So you got Pablo and you got Juliana, both of them kind of T5. So that was a big bit of a separate world fight taking place over there. Now what's happening here? More 82, kinda even. Now, the satisfying part with this fighting in front of us is you're not seeing enough of that useless commander, Belisarius. Like in fights like this, he's completely useless. His debuff isn't actually that good when it comes to these type of fightings. Like you're way better off using a Pelagius and Babers. And if you want to bring a second cap march, you get Minamoto. If you don't, then just don't bring out a second march. Why am I not seeing any John? So there are few Jabba, I think, but not enough, you're right. So I saw a few using it with the Ethelfled. I actually personally think using a John behind the Richard is not a bad idea either. But then a lot of people are using Charles and Richard, which I don't know. I mean, don't you rather split them up and have Charles as a primary and Richard as a primary so that they're not targeted as often? So you got two marches that are not going to be targeted as often. But then this is KvK 1, so a lot of new players, so not really like ideal decisions. Okay, so those Pink Alliance players from 81, they have kind of pushed in this way. So they lowered the pressure that's kind of taking place here. I'm still kind of confused because I did hope Pink would try to do a CF here now and kind of try to join in, or they would kind of join in, like doing that ball, pushing them in a little bit. Like that to me makes sense when they push in a little bit more so that they're a lot more distracted, and then the plan would have to be that 81 is doing a flag here. Now the reluctance of touching flag from both sides. I don't know, what am I missing? Someone tell me, what am I missing? Why aren't they not trying to... Now I'm not even talking about fun for the stream. Like, what are you doing? This is just prolonging the inevitable. And they're trying to come with the second flag at least. So they're gonna wrap around and then come. So they're not touching. Well, actually from 81's point of view, I mean 82's point of view, maybe they're not touching because they want to touch when they have the second one. So that's why they're just bulking up here a little bit. Are we doing the same? Well, if we're doing the same, then what is that doing there? And what is this doing here? Like, why? It's not like, I mean, you needed to do that. You may have done one or two more here as well. But what's that? And purple is alone here, flagging wise. Yeah, there's a John primary, but the thing, John and Mulan, that's a... I mean, the thing with that march is they're gonna get targeted too often. That's why you kind of want to hide your John or Mulan. And I don't think John and Mulan together is a good march, not just because it gets targeted and it dies, also because some of the skills kind of overlap, so it may not be the best. Kingsland on my jumper isn't even open and we already secured it. Well done, Jabba. Which kingdom are you playing in? We'll have a look later on. Now I think the event KDs have secured it after us open here, because other than this one bit of fighting from 81, I don't really see that much action from the other odd KDs. Do I? No, there's no action here. Well, there's a bit of a 69 presence here. Did they go and do something somewhere? No, it's just random fighting here and there. Java 2525. 2525. Okay. Like we are 2581. How many? Oh, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. You're still KvK 1, yeah. Alright, why am I looking at my own account? Let's go and have a look at here. Now guys, I'm kind of afraid that they're not gonna flag anytime soon, as in touching flags anytime soon. So we did observe a bit of a KvK 1 action, and this was kind of fun, but now it's just repetition rather than... Oh, John and CPO. Well, that's a good sunset march. Not sure if that's good for open field. I mean, it's good. The only thing is, if you see the John as a primary, then you're kind of scared that everyone's gonna target it. So yeah, as I was saying, it looks like rather than rally and garrison, there's gonna be quite a bit of a open field fighting going on here, and then there as well. So there's two different areas where there's open field fighting, but then what we really want to see is rally and garrison action. So now that we have streamed for like close to 2 hours, and I was only planning 1 hour, but then thank God there was some action. Now what we'll do is we'll start calling it a day soon, and then when the rally and garrison starts, if it starts later on tonight, I may actually come online and try to do it a little bit later tonight, and if there's no action tonight, then we can kind of do it tomorrow as well. So but this time I'm not gonna schedule it. I'm just going to start streaming with like a short notice as soon as we see proper good enjoyable action. If the action is too short for a stream, then we'll probably just record on the phone and then we'll upload tomorrow. So I will say bye now and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you in the next one. Sandy, people like you only field fight in KvK 1 scared of losing troops. People like to only... Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true as well. But nowadays you do get quite a bit of troops back, like 30% nowadays. Relentless Warrior. Previously when we did KvK 1 there was nothing, like you get nothing back. But you're right, because if you have like if you lose troops in KvK 1, then soon you can't do barbs, right? So people want to make sure that it's certain where we're gonna, you know, not lose enough when we're touching flags, and that's where having two lines of flags together is kind of useful. So either pink or red could have been here, and 82 is doing the smart thing probably by bringing the yellow. But anyways guys, Java, looking forward to next stream. Yeah, so guys, hopefully see you in the next one. Yes, not to get zeroed in KvK 1. Yes, well, what's the difference between 0 and 6 million power? It's kind of the same thing, right? So I'm probably gonna random port and see how it goes. Alright guys, bye for now. Thank you for being on the stream, and special thank you to Nail Zibani for your subscription. Thank you very much for your support. Alright guys, see you next one.